Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learn Finnish. This time we are talking about time. And like you know from the previous episodes, I'm using the books as a base that I've published on my website. So you don't need to have any books actually. You can just have an empty journal. But if you want, we have a vocabulary book. You can see the page here from the book, this chapter, number 7, time. It looks like this. So you have some phrases here, some charts, and the other one is a fill in the blanks notebook version. So instead of having everything from English to Finnish, you fill in the blanks yourself. And the goal of this video is to give all the answers for people who have this book and additional explanations for people who have this one. Or if you don't have either and have just a blank journal, or you don't even actually need to have a blank journal or anything, you can just listen to this video and my explanations. So let's start talking about time. So time is aika. Aika. And the first question here is, what time is it? Kuinka paljon kello on? You can see here it consists of these words. Kuinka is how. Paljon is much. So kuinka paljon, how much. Kello, clock. On is. So that's quite easy. But you can also ask paljonko kello on. So instead of saying kuinka paljon, you can say paljonko, because the ko is a question particle that you add after paljon. Paljonko kello on. And I would say both of these two are quite formal, but I might use this as well. So it's quite common, but I would say I probably use much more these when I speak quickly. Paljon kello on, paljon kello on, or mitä kello on. So these ones I probably use more, but I might also say kuinka paljon kello on, paljonko kello on. I think a bit more both of these. So these are the 4 ways of asking. And then answering these questions, you have the chart here in the Ultimate Finnish notebook. So you can see here, let me zoom a little bit. So if you say it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and so forth, you just say kello on, and here you put from this column, kello on yksi, kello on kaksi, kello on kolme, kello on neljä, kello on viisi, kello on kuusi. If I say it quickly, it's kello on, yeah. It might merge a bit, kello on, kello on, kello on. Kello on 8, kello on 9, kello, and you should have already seen the video about numbers. So you see there how to say colloquially the numbers. So instead of kuusi, we say kuus. Instead of viisi, viis. But yeah, you can check the video about chapter number 3. So yeah, here in this row, no, column, you have the answers for this question. Let's continue a bit further and come back to these later. The next question, at what time? Moneltako. When you ask, for example, at what time do we have a class, or at what time can we meet, then it would be moneltako. So this consists of moni. Monelta is the ablative of moni. Nominative is the basic form. So it becomes monelta. Ablative is usually from something. And then you add the question particle ko. So moneltako, at what time. But you can also ask the same with this question. Mihin aikaan? Mihin aikaan moneltako? I would say they are synonyms. Moneltako. Yeah, I might use both of these. So mihin, it's the illative of mikä. Mikä, so mikä is what. Mihin is actually to where. To where. Illative is usually directionally towards something. For example, Suomi, Finland, Suomeen, to Finland. So here, when we talk about time, I'm not sure how to explain why it's like this, but and aika is time. Aikaan also an illative. So mihin aikaan? Mihin aikaan? To what time? I can actually show you first moni. You have the chart here of the cases. So here is moni, and you can see all the different declinations. And the same with aika. No, mikä. Oh, it was moni and this was mikä. Okay. So here you can see, and these ones are really useful. Like the declinated forms of the question word mikä. So knowing these would be really, really useful. And then the answer for at what time, moneltako, or mihin aikaan, would be here in the second column here, at 1 o'clock, at 2, at 3. So you wouldn't say kello on, just kello yhdeltä, kello kahdelta, kello kolmelta. Let's check from here which case is it. The ablative. So, oh yeah, I have it written here. I didn't notice it first. So all of these are in ablative case. At some certain time, you have to put the numbers in ablative. Kello 9:00, kello 10:00, kello 12:00. You have all of them here. And then if you want to say at this time, that would be tähän aikaan. So tämä, this, it becomes tähän in illative, and you already know aika becomes aikaan. So tähän aikaan, at this time. So for example, at this time tomorrow, I have time. Tähän aikaan huomenna minulla on aikaa. Or mulla on aikaa. Tähän aikaan huomenna mulla on aikaa. At that time. Siihen aikaan. Siihen aikaan. So Siihen is the illative of se, which is it, and aikaan illative. Siihen aikaan. For example, if you're talking about like next week at 6 o'clock, can you do this and that? And you would say, at that time, no, I can't. Siihen aikaan. Siihen aikaan en pysty. At that time, I can't. Siihen aikaan en pysty. I can't come, for example. Siihen aikaan en pysty tulla. Then at the same time, samaan aikaan. Samaan has to be in the, it's from it, sama, the illative of sama, which is same. So at the same time, samaan aikaan. So in English, you would use the preposition at, but that's why in Finnish, here in this structure, we use the illative. And again, I don't know why, but it's just like this. This is the logic. Like you know, we don't have any articles, so instead of four words, we have only two here at the same time. For example, let's think of an example at the same time. For example, if you have something tomorrow and someone asks if you can do something together at that time, you could say no at the same time, like referring to the time the other person is talking. At the same time, I have this Zoom call or something. Samaan aikaan mulla on, I have. Samaan aikaan mulla on. Then you continue. And both times work for me, or both times suit me. Molemmat ajat käyvät minulle. Molemmat ajat käy mulle. Oh yeah. In colloquial speech, you could say just käy. Molemmat ajat käy mulle. But in formal speech, it would be molemmat ajat käyvät minulle. For you, sinulle. For him, her, hänelle. For us, meille. For you, teille. For them, heille. And here in the brackets, you can see the colloquial versions. Molemmat ajat käy mulle, molemmat ajat käy sulle, molemmat ajat käy sille. And these are the same. Molemmat ajat käy niille, for them. When were you there? Milloin sinä olit siellä? And you don't need to use the personal pronoun. You can omit it. So it could be just milloin olit siellä. Or in colloquial speech, millo sä olit siellä? Or millo olit siellä? But again, I would say in colloquial speech, we might use more the personal pronoun. Millo sä olit siellä? Millo sä olit siellä? Millo olit siellä? Yeah, it feels more natural if I say millo sä olit siellä? Sä. Millo sä olit siellä? It sounds weird if I say it slowly. Millo sä olit siellä? It sounds a bit weird. But that's why, when you say quickly, millo sä olit siellä, it sounds okay. But yeah, this definitely sounds formal. Milloin sinä olit siellä? And here you can see how to say, how to ask when was I there, when was he, she, we, you, and they. So the only things you change is the verb. So milloin or millo, when. And siellä also stays the same, but the middle part changes. So milloin mä olin siellä? Milloin se oli siellä? Milloin me olimme, formally, but informally, milloin me oltiin siellä? Milloin te olitte siellä, informally, milloin te olitte siellä? And milloin he olivat siellä, or colloquially, milloin ne oli siellä? Then answering 2 hours ago. 2 tuntia sitten. Sitten, it's either then or ago. Here, when we talk about time, it's ago. 2 tuntia sitten. And if you say in colloquial speech, it would be 2 tuntia sitten. 2 tuntia sitten. 2 tuntia sitten, or 2 tuntia sitten. 2 tuntia sitten. So for example, I was there 2 hours ago. Minä olin, or mä olin siellä 2 tuntia sitten. So you can put any number here and tuntia or tunti, except with number 1, tunti. Yeah, then it would be just tunti sitten. Would I say even 1? Yhden tunnin, 1 tunti. No, I would just say tunti sitten, or tunti sit in colloquial speech. When will you be here? Formally, milloin olet siellä? So this is the present form. In English, you have will to talk about the future. In Finnish, we usually use only present tense talking about the future. Milloin olet siellä? We can basically also say milloin tulet olemaan siellä, but I would say this is easier. Milloin olet siellä? Or milloin oot siellä? Milloin oot siellä? And the answer in 2 hours. 2 tunnin päästä. 2 tunnin päästä. And in, like, within some time frame, you put the word päästä in the end after the time, and the time has to be in genitive case. 2 tunnin päästä. So these both are in genitive. 2, 2, and tunti becomes tunnin. Just wait a moment. I'll check if I have here in the charts. No, we can talk about this soon, about those charts. And oh yeah, I forgot to say here, 2 hours ago, for example, the number stays in nominative, and hours, you have to have that in, is it partitive? Yes, partitive case. Tunnin sitten, or 2 tuntia sitten, 3 tuntia sitten, 4 tuntia sitten, 5 tuntia sitten. Only exception is 1. And then with the other question, milloin olet siellä? In 2 hours. This is a bit different because the number, and here, if you say in 1 hour, I would say tunnin päästä, not yhden tunnin. You could say also yhden tunnin päästä, but I would personally say tunnin päästä. So the number in genitive and tunti, hour, also in genitive. And päästä, it's funny because it's actually from the word head, päästä is only the relative case, but we don't think about heads when we use this. It's such a it's a structure we use without thinking. Okay, this word is from the word head, but päästä. I haven't checked, but maybe there's some interesting etymology behind this, or why it's used like this. So 2 tunnin päästä or 2 tunnin päästä. I'm sorry I'm late. Anteeksi, että olen myöhässä. Or informally, anteeksi, et on myöhässä. Anteeksi, et on myöhässä. And here, if you want to say in other persons, like first person, second, third, in singular or plural, I'm sorry, you're late. Yeah, okay. What was I thinking? Of course, you wouldn't say that. Need to change this phrase to say, I'm sorry. We are. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. We are late. That might be useful. Anteeksi, että me olemme myöhässä. Anteeksi, että me ollaan myöhässä. But for example, if you want to say, I am late, you're late, you can get it from this part. Minä olen myöhässä, I am late. And you should also, oh, okay, I have it here actually. I have it here. So, minä olen myöhässä, or colloquially, mä oon myöhässä. Sinä olet myöhässä, sä oot myöhässä. Hän on myöhässä, se on myöhässä. Me olemme myöhässä, or me ollaan myöhässä. You are late, te olette myöhässä, or te ootte myöhässä. They are late, he ovat myöhässä, or ne on myöhässä. And to be late in infinitive is olla myöhässä, or you can also say myöhästyä. And colloquially, it's olla myöhässä, or the verb would be myöhästyy. Yeah, the infinitive in colloquial speech, but let's take that away. It might confuse you a bit because myöhästyy is also the present third person. But yeah, let's make this like this. And if you wonder why it's olla myöhässä, so myöhä is late, and as a noun, and myöhässä you put the inessive ending sa, in this case sa, because I guess this is called the vowel harmony, and you have here a, so it should be myöhässä. And I would say this is more common. I actually not sure, because myöhästyä is also, it's also used. Myöhästyin, olen myöhässä. Yeah, ignore that. You can use both of these. So that would be minä myöhästyn, sinä myöhästyt, hän myöhästyy, me myöhästymme, he myöhästyy, te myöhästytte, he myöhästyvät. Or colloquially it would be mä myöhästyn, sä myöhästyt, se myöhästyy, me myöhästytään, te myöhästytte, ne myöhästyy. So I guess just a few changes here. To be in time would be olla ajoissa. And that's a bit similar logic as here, olla myöhässä. because aikainen is early as an adjective. So myöhä would be noun, I think, or is it adjective? Myöhä. No, and myöhä you wouldn't usually use that as like that in that form. Ajoissa, aikainen. Aikainen is an adjective, so ajoissa. Not sure if it's from that or a word derived from aikainen or aikaisin or something like that. But this looks like a plural of some word derived from aikainen. The innocent case, in the innocent case, olla ajoissa. And colloquially, it would be olla ajois, to be in time. So, for example, minä olen ajoissa, or mä oon ajois. Sinä olet ajoissa, sä oot ajois. Hän on ajoissa, or se on ajois. Me olemme ajoissa, or me ollaan ajois. You are in time. Te olette ajoissa, or te olette ajois. They are in time. He ovat ajoissa, or ne on ajois. Then let's check how much we have here. Maybe now I will talk about these other columns here. So if you want to say after 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you have here the formula. Kello 1 jälkeen, kello 2 jälkeen, kello 3 jälkeen, kello 4 jälkeen. If you want to say, and yeah, it's in genitive, all the numbers. If you want to say before, that would be ennen kello, and the numbers in partitive. Ennen kello 1, ennen kello 2, ennen kello 3, ennen kello 4. So you have all the forms here. And if you want to say between 1 and 2 o'clock, you just say kello 1 ja kello 1 ja 2 välissä. You don't need to say kello 1 ja kello 2 välissä, but like here you can say kello 1 ja 2 välissä, but you can also say the longer way, kello 1 ja kello 2 välissä. And you use the genitive when you say between something. So now you should know all the ways of saying it's 1 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, after 1 o'clock, before 1 o'clock, between 1 and 2 o'clock, or all the variations here. And the other chart is here if you want to say in the morning, like in Finland, we use the 24-hour clock. So we might say like 17, at 17, like kello. No, it's written, actually, it's written, but now when I think, yeah, sometimes you might say 17, 15, or 20, 21, 30, or like that. But you can also specify by using this chart. It's 1 o'clock in the night, for example. Kello on 1 yöllä. Here you have at night, yöllä. Or it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Kello on 8 aamulla. So you can see here, you can combine these with these ones. You have all the words in the basic form like morning, aamu, day, päivä, noon, keskipäivä, afternoon, iltapäivä, evening, ilta, night, yö. And then in the morning, aamulla, during the day, päivällä, at noon, keskipäivällä, in the afternoon, iltapäivällä, In the evening, illalla. At night, yöllä. Or this morning, tänä aamuna, today, tänään, today at noon, tänään keskipäivällä, this afternoon, tänään iltapäivällä, this evening, tänä iltana, tonight, tänä yönä. For example, at let's say 11 o'clock tonight. Is it night or evening? But okay. So you would say kello 11 illalla or tänä iltana. Or for example, if you're who was the princess going to the party and she had to I forgot the name. Anyways, she had to return before 12 o'clock. So ennen kello 12 yöllä. Before 12 o'clock at night. So this is a handy chart, this one combined with this one. And here we have the last chart where you can see how the logic, how to say 10 past, 15 past, half past, 15 to, or 10 to. And when you see these, how to say something past something or to a certain time, you can make all the different variations, saying 5 past or 3 past or whatever. So here, for example, 10 past 9, 3, 6, or 12 o'clock, it's just 10 yli and the number in the basic form. So 10 yli 9, 10 yli 3, 10 yli 6, 10 yli 12. And again, you can specify here saying 10 yli 9 aamulla, 10 yli 3 iltapäivällä, 10 yli 6 illalla, 10 yli 12 yöllä. And 15 or quarter past, varttia yli 9, varttia yli 3, varttia yli 6, varttia yli 12. Or 15, just saying 15. Half past, it's like 10, not 9. So the logic is, for example, 9:30, 9:30, it's 10. In Finnish, 9:30, 3:30, 3, it's actually 4, 4:30. 6:30, it's 7 in Finnish. 6:30, 12, it's 1, so 1:30. And if it's 1:45 something, it's varttia vaille. Varttia vaille 10, varttia vaille 4, varttia vaille 7, varttia vaille 1. And in the same way, 10 to 10. 10 vaille 10, 10 vaille 4, 10 vaille 7, 10 vaille 1. And the number that you put here first, or for example, quarter or 10, you have to have that in partitive. So varttia, because the postposition vaille requires it. So varttia vaille or 10 vaille. Or here you can see the partitives. So you can put any number. You just take the partitive here. Yhtä vaille, kahta vaille, 3 vaille, 4 vaille, 5 vaille, 6 vaille. Yeah, from there. Half past something, it's just puoli plus the number in basic form, so nothing special here. And when it's past something, it's also in partitive. So this chart helps, or this column helps you with that. Of course, you have to find the declinations for numbers until 30 or 29 at least. But here you have at least until 12. And when you learn the logic, you don't need the charts. You understand how to say it. And where were we now? Okay, second. So second is sekunti, minute, minuutti, hour, tunti, quarter, vartti. Time, aika, time zone, aikavyöhyke. So aika, time plus vyöhyke, which is belt. No, it's not the belt. Belt is vyöhyke. Let's check. Vyöhyke in English. Zone. Yeah, zone. So what time zone is in Finland? Mikä aikavyöhyke Suomessa on? So mikä, what, aikavyöhyke, time, this both in basic form, and Suomessa, Suomi in innocent case, Suomessa, and is. Mikä aikavyöhyke Suomessa on? What time zone in Finland is. You can also say mikä aikavyöhyke on Suomessa. So you can flip these. Schedule, aikataulu. Aika, time, taulu. Taulu is, again, I forgot all these. It's a board. It's board or also a painting. Like yeah, it can be both. How is your schedule next week? Millainen aikataulu sinulla on ensi viikolla? Millainen, what kind? Aikataulu, schedule, sinulla, at you, so sinä in adhesive case. On is ensi, next, viikolla, week, in, like week is viikko, and viikolla is the same case as here, which was, I forgot this one, adhesive. Colloquially, millainen aikataulu sul on ensi viikolla? Sounds weird again when I say it slowly. Millainen aikataulu sulla on ensi viikolla? Calendar, kalenteri. Ago, sitten. Within, sisällä, but here, like I said, you might say within 2 hours, 2 tunnin sisällä. But if you say in 2 hours, for example, then it was päästä, 2 tunnin päästä. I guess you could translate this in English as like within 2 hours or in 2 hours. Sisällä you could also say, but it's a bit different than within 2 hours, 2 tunnin sisällä. Yeah. But now you should know all the basic questions and answers and vocabulary about time. I have explained all the words and all the charts that we have here in the Ultimate Finnish notebook, and also all the things here that the people who have the fill in the blanks notebook have. You should have all the answers available now here for the the left page, which is here. And like you might know, the right page of this fill in the blanks notebook is empty graph paper. So I guess you have some additional stuff to write, because I had here some stuff that I don't have in the fill in the blanks notebook, and here we went through different examples, so you might write some of those in the empty page, or if you just have an empty journal, you can just copy what I have here or here and use these as template. And now the last section is cultural tips. So if your job starts at 8 o'clock and ends at 6 o'clock, when should you come and go? I don't know. For me, this is something which is really clear, and it feels maybe a bit stupid to even explain. But I guess there are so big differences that I've also seen during my travels that I guess I have to explain it. So if your job starts at 8 o'clock, that means that you're expected to already be at your desk and working at 8 o'clock. For example, if whenever I had work, I made it sure that I was at the place where I needed to be 10-15 minutes before the time the official time started. So I would be 7:45 or 7:50 at the time. 7:55, yeah, that would still work, but I want to be in time actually. So yeah, at precisely 8 o'clock you would be working. And if it ends at 6 o'clock, usually that means that it actually ends at that time precisely. And I can remember also some times when people were just waiting and oh, it's still 10-15 minutes. We cannot leave our working place because it's not exactly 4 o'clock. I would guess that in some countries you would just leave if there's only 10-15 minutes left. But I would say maybe somewhere you can leave 10-15 minutes in advance, but usually everyone's quite precise about this. And in Finland, you are not required usually to work more than if it says that your work ends at this time, uh, you you don't need to stay at 5 or 6 o'clock. I think I saw some videos about Japan that it's a bit impolite to refuse extra job if your boss asks you to stay longer or something like that. But here it's really precise, and it's very regulated how long. Like you definitely get paid for extra hours if you have to stay at work. If someone invites you to come to visit them at 3 o'clock, when should you arrive? So, for example, if it's just one on one, like I meet my friend who's a really close friend, I usually am in time. So I would be exactly at this time, or maybe 5-10 minutes again in advance somewhere. If someone and also if it's someone you but if it's a really close friend, then yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a bit late. They probably understand. But if that happens, you have planned to meet each other at 3 o'clock. You should then write in advance, hey, I'm going to be late 10 minutes or 5 minutes or so that's what me and my friends always do. I would say, hey, there was something with the public transportation or the traffic. I'm actually 15:08 at the time, according to my navigator. So I might give really like specific, precise times. If someone has a party starting at 7 o'clock, when should you arrive? Um, so, for example, when I was in the university and we had those pre-parties, for example, then it wasn't that precise because usually then people, if someone said it starts at 6, 7 o'clock, people maybe arrive there 1 or 2 hours afterwards. And also, when I was in high school, attended a lot of birthday parties. I can remember that usually during the first hour there weren't that many people. Usually people arrived like 1 or 2 hours after the time when um, the person who had the party had said that the party would start. If you arrange, if you want to arrange a meeting with a friend, what are the first steps? Okay, this depends on the age. I'm 33, this year 34, and when I was in my teenage years and in my early 20s, it was easy. I just said, hey, especially when I lived in Turku, because everyone lived there within like in the radius of 1 kilometer. So I just said, hey, let's meet, let's go to eat or something, and then we just went somewhere. But later, when I was, I would say, 25 plus, everyone had their like relationships, not that much children yet, but work and relationships and everything. Then it became really hard because people took their calendars and they were okay, I have time in 2 weeks. And I can remember one occasion when my friend, I asked my friend, but then her, his ex was like, "Oh, let me check our calendar. Let me check when you have time." And she took the calendar, and I was like shocked because it was almost full for the next 2 or 3 months. Every day was scheduled, and yeah, not everyone is like that, but it's quite common. People have full calendars, and they might have a lot of things for every day for the next, let's plan for the next month or even 2 or 3. So attitudes towards people who are late, if it's work or school, yeah, it's a bit frowned upon. If someone's always late, it's not good. It doesn't give a good impression, especially work. It's really not good. So I was really surprised when 2017 I worked in China in Chengdu during the summer, 3 months, and they said the yeah work starts at, was it 8:30, but I was there before 8:30, but not even the boss was there at that time. And everyone arrived like 10, 15 minutes late. And yeah, after I learned that I also arrived there maybe five. I wasn't that late. I was usually among the first one, 2, 3 people. Usually, yeah, not the boss was not always the first one, but sometimes. So yeah, but that wouldn't be the same here. What are good excuses to be late? So if something really serious has happened, that's one good excuse, maybe. Like someone is in the hospital, or you have some issues with your health, maybe then. But of course, if there are problems with public transport, public transportation. If in winter there's a lot of snow, for example, and there are some delays, canceled trains, for example, that's okay. But usually, always, if you know you're going to be late, you should like text and or call in advance and say, "Hey, I'm going to be late." Then it's okay. How precise are the public transport schedules? Usually, they are really precise, like the minutes and everything. It's like very precise. Of course, there are people who joke that VR, the national company who owns the trains and the railways, yeah, they must, yeah, I think they are quite precise, but some people always joke, VR is always late. But according to my own experiences here in Finland compared to other countries, I think it's really, really precise. So if you have any questions about the cultural aspects of Finland, like when it comes to time or any other topic, if it's another topic, please find the video about that topic. I have if I have a video about it. If I don't, you can leave a comment here or ask if I'm going to make a video about a certain topic. And also just leave comments if you have any questions about the vocabulary that we went through here. So yeah, that was it for today. See you in the next episode. Bye.